Alright, so how do we go about making those recordings of the hymns? Well, I'm glad you asked. Typically what happens is we collect our information first, and that comes to us typically from Facebook. So I'll go to Facebook, but it could come by email, it could come by Dropbox, whatever. Here you see in Instant Messenger, Linda sends me the hymns, and I in turn download them into the current week's media folder, 823 Media. Alright. And then we perfect the audio. How do we do that? Well, we open it using a tool called Audacity. And I'm going to do that here by looking at it in the folder and saying open with Audacity. And Audacity is just a digital audio workstation platform. Here you see the hymn in visual form.
Hymn 413, A Charge to Keep I Have.
So Linda tells me what the hymn number is and the title. Then she marches to the organ. And you'll notice as she marches to the organ, if I'm quiet, that there's noise. And that noise runs all the way through the recording, so we want to eliminate that. And so there is a tool called Noise Reduction. And it tells you that you first have to select a sample of noise that it will then use in a second pass to subtract the noise out. Excuse me. So we go to Effect, we go to Noise Reduction, and we say Get Noise Profile, which is step 1. And it gets the profile from this section of noise. Then we highlight the entire track. We go back to Noise Reduction. We go to step 2. We just leave the settings as they are and hit OK. And as it processes, watch what happens. The noise just vaporizes. There's still a little bit, so if we wanted to do it again, take a second pass using the same noise profile, you'll notice that it becomes a flat line. Now listen to it.
Hymn 413, A Charge to Keep I Have.
And the noise is gone. But if we skip up to the music, oops, oh well, we'll be at the music soon enough. Alright, so the music sounds fine. The other thing we need to do is eliminate all this dead air up front and all this dead air at the end. That accounts for Linda walking to her phone to stop recording. So now we have a noiseless recording of Linda playing with no extra space up front, no extra space in the rear. Alright, so now that we have a nice clean version of the hymn, at least Linda's playing, how do we combine it with the singing that for this particular week is coming from Link? Well, we import another track. We go down to Audio, and here are the two that Link provided us. I don't know which one's which. Hopefully we get it right on the first try. Let's find out. We put our cursor here and say, there we go. So he is singing the right hymn. Alright, we don't need to do the noise reduction. You notice that there's no noise on the front end of Link's recording. Although we can go ahead and erase all this dead space. Now, we have to synchronize Link's singing with Linda's playing. And to do that, we come up here and we click this little tool, which is called the Time Shift tool. And we slide Link in time down here to the beginning of the first verse. You can just tell visually looking that this is Linda's introduction and this is the first verse. This is the second verse. This is the third verse. This is the fourth verse. Now, how do you synchronize it exactly? Well, we need to zoom in. So we're going to pick a spot right here where the two stop. And then we're going to zoom in, so that we can get a real good look at the wave shapes. Here's Link's voice. Here's the organ music. And we want to get them lined up. Link is sounding a little behind, so we're going to slide Link to the left and try again. Link is singing a little bit ahead of time, so we slide him maybe just a hair to the right. Just a hair. Let's see how it sounds. Oh goodness, why I just started the beginning again? Silly. Alright, let's go here. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never-dying soul to save, and fitted for the sky, to serve the present age. Alright, that's not bad. So now we've got a nice clean copy of Linda singing. We've got Link singing. Link's recording sounds a little thin. And so if we wanted to, you go up to effects and say bass and treble and give Link just a little bit more bass to sort of broaden them out a little bit. And we can probably try cranking them up a few dBs too. See how that works. Alright. Let's see what that sounds like. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never-dying soul to save, and fitted for... Alright, that sounds pretty good, except that we probably didn't need to crank up his level so much, because we got some clipping going on. So what we'll do is go back in here, go back to bass and treble, having undone what we just did, and we'll turn this down to maybe 3 dB. That looks a little bit better. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify. Alright, so now we've got Linda's audio, Link's audio. They've both been perfected in terms of tone and noise and quality. And so now we're going to export them. Export them as an MP3, why not? And we'll call it M413, a charge to keep, take 2. Alright, and that'll be mixed down and exported, which is what we want. We just say yes and yes and yes, and voila, out there in on the drive we have, hopefully, here it is, take 2. Alright, so now that we have the audio complete, we need to combine it with video to have the lyrics on the screen so that the people not only hear something but have something to look at and hopefully sing along with. And to do that, we use a tool called Kdenlive, which is an open source video production rendering tool. So we will create a new project with the right sizes and all that good stuff. No, don't save changes. There we go. And in this tool, we have something called the project bin. The project bin contains all the clips that we need to use to complete our project. So the first thing we need is our audio. So we will go to, let's see how the easiest way to get there is. RevTem, Google Drive, Poolsville Memorial, Online Worship, 823 media, hymn 413, a charge to keep. I have take 3. So now we have our audio in there. Now we need some video. And what's going to be the video? Well, it's going to be the slides for the song. And in another video, I'll show you how to create those slides. But for now, I'm just going to add clips and go out to hopefully find those clips. Let's see, a charge to keep I have. Hymn lyric slides, here we go. I've got 5 green slides with the lyrics on them. I'm going to import them. The first one is the title slide. And just drag it down to the timeline. Then we have the first verse and the second verse and the third verse and the fourth verse. Alright, and I also bring down the audio. And if we play it, here's what we get. Well, now here we go. Alright, so right there, the first verse should pop up. So I'm going to adjust everything on the timeline. There you go. So you see how the text just pops up. Alright, now that's kind of abrupt. So what we're going to do is add some smoother transitions. And to do that, we're going to slide a fade in here. We're going to slide a fade out there. And we're going to copy that fade in and fade out. We're going to come over here and select this clip and paste those effects. And lo and behold, sorry. I'll slide all these down a while. And we're going to figure out where the end of this one should be. And I'm guessing it's about right here at this dead spot in the music. Let's hear. Yep, just about. And I can go back just a hair. Slide verse 2 over here. Let's see how that looks. Alright. We're going to paste the same effects here. So that we have a nice fade in. And slide this over to here. To serve the present page. And now we'll go over here to the end, make sure that we end the right spot. Looks good to me. I'll slide this over. We're going to paste those effects again, so we have a nice fade in and fade out. And
Army with jealous care.
Alright, now this verse happens to end in an odd place because Linda's playing what I call a turnaround. So now the words will start through 4th verse. Yep, looks good. We'll stretch that out to the end or so. We will paste those effects again so that we have nice fade in and fade out. And whoops, went too far, sorry. That's probably pretty good. Let's see. There we go. We can hold that for just another second or so. Alright, so now we have the audio combined with the lyrics in a nasty green format. So the next thing we need to do is make the green go away, or make the green transparent. The way we do that is by adding a filter called Chroma Key. And here's Chroma Key Basic. We drag that down to any one of these clips. I'll drag it down to the 4th verse. And after a second, it'll pop up here. There you go. You see it says Chroma Key. And up here, in the Filter Properties window, we see the fade in, the fade out, and the Chroma Key property. Right now, it wants to subtract out the color blue. Well, we don't have blue. We have green. So we're going to take this eyedropper, come down here, and drop. And it'll pick that green color. And lo and behold, look what happens. The green went away. It became transparent. Now, we're going to, let's see, can we copy that single? I don't know if we can do that or not. Select effect. Now, I was wishing we could just copy that effect to each of the other. Seems like there ought to be a way to do that, but I don't see it. All right, copy. Oh, come on now. We'll select these other clips, and we'll say paste effects. Wham! And the green will go away from all of them. Alright, so now we have good audio, both organ and vocal, combined with verses that have transparent backgrounds. Now all we need is a background image, and for that we add to our project bin. I have them out here at Online Worship, and Linda's hymn backgrounds. There they are. These are just different images that she has created to go along with her hymns. And today we can use the chancel image. We could use the Jesus knocking or the Jesus shepherd stained glass windows. But today we will use the chancel image, and that can fade in just like title, and it will stretch to the very end. If we get to the very end, there we go. We'll let it go to the end of the music. We'll let it fade out nicely, and it shows up behind our text.
Arm me with jealous care, as in thy sight to live, and O thy servant, Lord, prepare a strict account to give.
So now we have lyrics that automatically pop up and fade away, combined with
Help me to watch
our audio,
and pray,
and we're ready to render it out to a final video file. We'll just look and verify that everything ends nicely. It does. And so we come to render. We'll call it combining audio and video /webm. This is the output file. That's where we'll find this final product. Actually, let's change this to call it a charge to keep. And let's change the folder too. Let's change it to 823 media, and we'll create another folder called test, and we'll put it there. A charge to keep. Alright, because I don't want to overwrite what I've already got out there. So it's going to a charge to keep in the folder test under 823 media. It's going to be WebM format. We're going to do the full project. We're going to say render to file. Now this computer's pretty quick, so it's only going to take about 20 seconds. On some computers it can take minutes. Don't be surprised, just be patient. It's a good time to take a drink. In 3, 2, 1, 0, job complete. Now we can go out and look at what we created. Alright, and so there you have it. We have added the audio and video and lyrics to create a final product that will get incorporated into OBS as one of the hymns. Alright, thanks for watching.